Hey everyone, it's Danielle Taylor with Keller Williams Realty here on the Outer Banks. And I am so excited to bring you Stats Day. This is the information that you know I get so excited about, all of the data we are tracking this year. And this information is all courtesy of the Outer Banks Association of Realtors through the period November 30th of 2022. Okay, so we've got year-to-date numbers coming up. So the first metric that we've been tracking is the days on market. And no surprise here, our lead metrics, which are tracking the average days on market for our under contracts and our actives, are continuing to trend up. So our under contract properties right now are sitting at about 65 days on market average, and the actives are sitting at about 95. So those numbers have definitely moved upwards. Our solds are actually sitting at about 35 days on market, but remember that's a lag metric. So that's down about 31% from year-to-date 2021, but it's still trending up month over month. And that's really been trending up month over month since August, okay? So days on market just taking longer. And you know, the reality is that no price bracket is immune either, because sometimes it can change by the bracket, but I track everything across 4 different price brackets from under 350 to $1 million plus. And every single one of those price brackets is seeing the effects of the days on market. What I will say though, is that the $1 million plus price bracket actives are sitting the longest. So that they're sitting at about an average of 122 days on market. So please, if you are in that price range, make sure that you are pricing to market and you are using the data to drive that decision, and a professional. Just make sure that you're not one of those people caught in that flux. That is the most affected price bracket. So that's our days on market. So let's talk about inventory. How are we doing overall? Average residential inventory is actually flat year to date over 2021. So the inventory seems somewhat stable on that front. However, it is up over October. And it is up about 39% from November of 2021. So our active inventory average numbers are actually staying pretty strong. Where we're seeing the biggest change is in new listings, and new listings are actually down 21% November over November. Okay, so 21% less inventory in November versus last year. So the bottom line from all of this is that even though homes are sitting longer, a lot of that effect is being balanced by the lack of new inventory coming on. So that's just one thing to bear in mind. Price adjustments. That is category number 3 that we have been tracking. And overall, year to date, we've had about 23% of the homes that have sold have done a price reduction before doing so. And on a year to date basis, that is actually a little bit higher than it was in 2021. Looking at the lead side of that, we need to pay attention to our under contracts and our actives. And at this point, 41% of the actives and under contract homes that are on the market have done a price reduction. So that's a lot of price reductions. The average is 8.6%. So just something to bear in mind. The final thing that we're tracking is that median sale price. November's median sale price for the Outer Banks was $560,000. This is for single family residential. And that was down 13% from October. I do want to caution you, median sale price is drastically affected by multiple high or low sales. So don't get too, hung up on that one particular month's worth of metric, because overall, November's numbers are still up 7% from where they were November of last year. So prices overall are holding. If you price it incorrectly, though, you're going to be one of those 41% sitting on the market that have had to do a price reduction. So just bear that in mind. The last thing that we kind of like to look at is what's the percent sold over ask. So are they selling over asking? Year to date, 30% of the homes that have sold over asking price. So almost a third have sold over asking price. However, we have been watching that market number trend down on a month-over-month basis. We peaked, I believe it was May, let me check. Yeah, so we peaked 41% of the homes that sold in May sold over asking. We are now down in November, we saw only 19%. Okay, so that market is really, between the price reductions and the less frenzy and not selling over asking, that's really equalized. So overall, like I said, no big surprises this month. Our 4 metrics that we track are continuing to show us that we're shifting and settling. What I do want to remind you though is if you're a buyer, this is a phenomenal opportunity for you to find some good opportunity properties, as well as to have an opportunity now to, lots of opportunities here, opportunity now to negotiate repairs, maybe negotiate on price, a lot of those things that haven't seen in the market for a while. If you're a seller, remember what I said up top, that in the month of November alone, 28% of the properties that sold actually sold in 12 days or less. So just remember that there's also still an active market. You just have to be really smart, whether you're a buyer or a seller, and be data driven. We are back to that point where the data is king. So please reach out to a professional. If you're looking to buy or sell, we'd certainly be happy to work with you. Click the link below to find access so you can subscribe to the channel and not miss any of these updates. You can also subscribe to our newsletter, which has even more data information. But anyway, I hope you all have a great holiday season, and we will see you in the new year.